What's going on, guys? My name is Zed and welcome to this video. A couple of days ago now, I went to my local Goodwill and I struck pretty big. I got some really cool stuff that I would like to now share with you guys. So without any further ado, let's just jump into it with Ex Machina. Now, this movie I've wanted to see since it came out, namely because of the special effects. I just hear that there's some really groundbreaking, really cool special effects in this movie. Also has a great cast to boot. So Ex Machina, definitely one I'm going to have to watch. Oscar Isaac's in it, I forgot about that. Definitely one I'm going to have to watch here soon. Looks like there's a little bit of a smudge on the camera lens. And then we have Candyman. Now, I want to see this movie because I like movies like this, I think. But basically, there is going to be a reboot, sequel, I don't know what it is, this year. And one of the producers on it is Jordan Peele. The only thing I know about this movie, which is why I say I think I'm going to like it, is that the main actor in this movie is covered in bees a lot of the time, and if I'm remembering correctly, he got paid like every bee sting he took, he got paid an additional $1,000. So at the end of the shoot, he made out with like an additional like $20,000, which is crazy. So that's Candyman. Then we have Oliver and Company, which I just gave a rewatch like a day or two ago, and it's fun, man. It's fun. It's definitely during Disney's dark age, where they were kind of they were struggling. They were struggling to make hits. And though the story feels a bit quick and you don't get enough time to get to know these characters, it still has pretty good music, and I really enjoy the animation. So there is Oliver and Company. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets like a Disney reimagining for the Disney Plus platform, similarly how Lady and the Tramp got one. This one is a factory sealed copy of Selma, Lord Selma. Now, I believe we watched this quite a few times when I was back in elementary school, middle school. If I'm remembering correctly, this takes place around the civil rights movement, but particularly during the right to vote. So this is like 1964, 65. Yeah, so I picked this one up. This one I have no preconceived, nothing. I have no idea. The Three Lives of Thomasina, some little lady with her cat, not really sure, but it had Disney, so I had to pick it up. This one is a factory sealed copy. And I actually give this one a first-time watch this year, and that is Glory Road. This is the story about the first fully African-American college basketball team, I believe. College basketball team. It was decent. I love sports movies, especially Disney sports movies. So that was a decent watch. This one is Sounder, which I believe these must three all come from a collector because they're predominantly African-American stories, which is fine by me because I love learning about that topic, because honestly, when you're in school, you basically learn about Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, you watch some movies about slavery, and it's on repeat. And that's just not the full experience or the full story of it all. There's way more to educate yourself on. And this is Sounder. Don't really know what it's about, but it's a Disney picture, so I picked that up. And then the coolest thing, I think, out of the Disney was this 70th anniversary Platinum Edition of Pinocchio. So, somewhat soon, I think this year actually, we're going to be getting the live action reimagining of Pinocchio starring Tom Hanks. So I have to give this one a rewatch. So I've been having some problems lately with my right knee, and obviously my hips and lower back are always giving me problems, but this right knee, I don't know what I did to it, but recently it's like not doing too great. This one was kind of a mistake because I recently just upgraded it technically, but that is the Princess Bride. So I had a full screen DVD copy that I then upgraded to a factory sealed widescreen copy that had this exact same artwork on it. And then I picked up the Blu-ray like a month later. So in my humble opinion, The Princess Bride is the only movie with a perfect script. It is just, every single line of dialogue is perfection. Then we have James Franco in 127 Hours. I was going to watch this one the other morning, but I remembered how claustrophobic I've heard this movie is, so I have refrained thus far, but I will eventually get to it. Good things come to those who wait, people, and that's no exception for these next two movies. That is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice and Noah. This one, for obvious reasons, I could pick this up at any time at Walmart, Target, wherever, Best Buy, but I've held off on it. And then this one right here, another, you know, I've seen this a lot at Big Lots, and I've just held off on it, and I found this really cool wood varnish edition of the movie. Not a religious man myself, but I do think religious movies are very fascinating watches because they are, for all intents and purposes, a giant spectacle. So though I don't subscribe to a arc full of animals, I do think the story is all-inspiring and definitely worth the watch for all generations, at least once. So then we have my boy, the most handsome man to ever exist. We have Tom Hanks in Splash. I gave this a first-time watch the other morning. It's actually the morning where I debated between 127 Hours and Splash won out. This movie is fantastic. Tom Hanks falling in love with a beautiful mermaid, played by Daryl Hannah. You also have supporting cast in Eugene Levy and John Candy. John Candy, there's not enough roles with John Candy, so Splash is one of them. This is a Ron Howard film. It's very, very well done. I enjoy that one. Scooby-Doo's Spookiest Tales on Snapper Cases is an episode compilation. Whenever I find Scooby-Doo in good condition, it comes home with me. Love, 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 love Scooby-Doo. Surprisingly, never owned this movie before, but happy to pick it up, especially on my favorite Snapper case. We have Gone with the Wind. So there's that right there. I probably watched this back in middle school, elementary school music class. This and the, what's it called? The Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio. We watched those ones a lot. And Fantasia. So then we have All the King's Men, another classic. This one was the winner of 3 Academy Awards, including 1949's Best Picture. This one was winner of 10 Academy Awards, including 1939's Best Picture. So 2 Best Pictures. And then we have Daniel Day-Lewis in probably his most acclaimed role, if I had to guess, and that is There Will Be well, I actually played Lincoln that one time. That was pretty fucking crazy. There Will Be Blood. This is an old Blockbuster rental copy. I believe this is about oil, if I'm not mistaken. Who knows? But Academy Award winner for Best Actor in Daniel Day-Lewis, and then Best Cinematography in Robert Elswit. So yeah, pretty cool. Picked that one up and added to the collection. Now we move on to the best pickups of the day, and that goes to these 3 movies right here, which are some kaiju action. We have the original Godzilla film, Godzilla King of the Monsters, which is what it was called here in the States. And then we have Rodan, which is really, really cool. This is still factory sealed. And then King Kong versus Godzilla. I definitely watched several clips of this movie before going and watching, or not going, but booting up Kong versus Godzilla, which I watched Godzilla versus Kong 4 times in the same day. Like, I watched it back to back to back to back. Love that film. But these are really, really cool, especially these two right here. But Rodan is also a beautiful thing. These were the very first things I saw on the shelf, and imagine my surprise being such a big Godzilla fan, where I was just, oh shit! And then the very last thing I saw, no kidding, like the 2 best things I found were the first and last things I saw, is this right here. I've almost purchased this on Mercari for like 15 bucks, but I got it for 3. The XMen Trilogy box set. This comes with X-Men, X2, and then X-Men The Last Stand. This is a great purchase. Originally 10 bucks at Walmart. Upscaling on Mercari, those bastards. But this right here was such a cool find. I'm gonna keep it factory sealed, as I already have plenty of watchable copies in my collection. But I love the X-Men, and I love box sets to death. So obviously, while looking up box sets to buy, this one came across or caught my eye, and so glad to add it to my collection for 3 bucks. Really cool. And it was actually this box set. It was on the bottom shelf. So when I walk into my Goodwill, I walk in. Oh, movies! Look at that! And I start at the far right shelf, and I make my way up. And so I started down there, and I found the Godzillas, and I was making my, and I got to the last shelf, and I'm on my knees looking, because I'm a tall guy. Like, I look way over the shelf, so I'm kind of like bent down, looking corner of my eye. The corner of my eye, I see this. Immediately knowing what it is, and I'm like, whew. Any kid comes up right now, they're gonna come up and they're, Mom, it's the X-Men, and they're gonna be all huffing and puffing, and their mask is gonna be fogging up their little glasses, and Mom, the X. Swear to God, right there in the bed basket, right, boom, right. That kid, no more air left for that toddler. That's my X-Men box. So anyways, guys, that's my confession about beating up a toddler. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank Like Zoinks, Hey Scoob, Ricky. Alright, guys, we gotta end this video. We gotta end it before I go absolutely insane. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And next time, I'll be talking when I talk to you. Peace.